Let's just jump right in and tackle a problem that I know drives countless businesses crazy. It costs them customers every single day. And it all boils down to one very simple and, I bet, very familiar question.
Does this feel familiar? You're doing all the right things. You've got SEO working, maybe you're running some ads, people are definitely visiting your website, but your phone is silent. Your inbox is a ghost town. It feels like you're just pouring water into a leaky bucket, right? And you can't for the life of you figure out where the hole is.
Well, today we're going to find that hole, and more often than not, it's hiding in plain sight, on one of the most critical pages on your entire website, the one that's supposed to be making you money.
So, let's talk about that leaky bucket. Why is all your hard-earned traffic just vanishing? Well, the biggest leak often comes from a really basic misunderstanding of what your service page is actually supposed to do in the first place.
You see, so many businesses treat their service page like it's some kind of technical manual or an info brochure, just a dry list of features. But that's not its job. Its number one job, its only job, really, is to be a sales tool. It's designed to persuade a visitor that you are the right choice and to guide them step by step to taking action. So now, let's get into the real cost of getting this wrong, the high cost of confusion. Because when your main sales tool is unclear, the damage is immediate. And you're not just missing out on leads, you are actively pushing away the very people you worked so hard to get there.
You have to understand, the average person browsing the web today has zero patience. I mean, none. You don't have minutes to make your case. You have seconds. In the time it takes you to read a single sentence, a visitor has already decided whether your page is worth their time or if they're going to hit that back button and never return.
And this slide just lays out the two paths a visitor can take perfectly. On the left, you've got clarity. It makes people feel smart, it makes them feel understood, and that builds instant trust. But on the right, you've got confusion, and that does the exact opposite. It creates friction, it creates doubt, uncertainty, and hesitation.
And this right here, this is the absolute heart of the problem. The moment a potential customer has to stop and think, wait, what do they actually do? Or, is this even for me? You've probably lost them for good. Hesitation is the enemy of conversion. An uncertain mind will almost always just say no. Your page needs to be an answer machine. Visitors land on your site with these fundamental questions already in their heads. What problem do you solve? Is this for me? If you don't answer these clearly and right away, they just assume you can't help them. And poof, they're gone. Now, this confusion doesn't just push away the people who are already on your site. There's a hidden penalty here, a big one. Search engines like Google are watching that behavior. They see people bouncing off your page quickly, and that directly hurts your ability to get traffic in the first place.
To really get this, we need to talk about something called user intent. This is what Google is obsessed with. They don't just look at keywords anymore. They try to figure out the goal behind the search. What is this person really trying to accomplish?
And this is exactly where clarity gives you a huge advantage. Just look at the examples here. A vague page that just says SEO services, that's confusing. But a page titled Local SEO Services for Small Businesses, boom, that perfectly matches what a real person is searching for. It's specific, it's clear, and search engines reward that clarity with better rankings.
And don't for a second think this is just for simple services. This applies to everybody. The source material makes a great point here. Even if you're in a super complex, highly technical field, they even mention nuclear-related industries, you still have to explain what you do in a way a human can grasp. In fact, for complex services, clarity is even more crucial for building that trust.
Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem and we understand the costs. But the good news? The fix is actually pretty straightforward. So let's get into the Clarity Blueprint and build a page that actually works.
It really all boils down to these 4 steps you see right here. 1. Explain your service in simple, everyday language. 2. Be super clear about exactly who you help. 3. Show them real outcomes, not vague promises. And 4. Clearly guide the reader to the next step. It's a simple framework, but it is incredibly powerful. And please always remember this golden rule. Simple is better than clever. Your goal isn't to win a creative writing award. Your goal is to get a new client. So use simple words, make your headings answer questions, and tell people exactly what will happen when they click that button. It reduces their anxiety and makes them way more likely to act. This slide shows the difference perfectly. On the left, you've got all this vague corporate jargon like "we drive results" or "innovative solutions." What does that even mean? It's fluff. On the right, you have real, tangible outcomes. We help businesses turn traffic into leads.
One is an empty promise, the other is a solution. Always focus on being the solution.
And this isn't some fleeting trend or a trick that only works in one market. Whether your customers are in the USA, the UK, or Australia, this approach works. You know why? Because it's based on fundamental human psychology. People everywhere crave clarity, and we all want to feel confident before we make a commitment.
So let's talk about your page's new job. It's no longer just a brochure. It's your hardest working digital salesperson working for you 24/7. So to wrap things up, here's the final takeaway.
Here's the bottom line. Confusion is costing you money. Period. You have mere seconds to prove your value. Being clear helps both your customers and your search rankings. And ultimately, a simple, structured page that just answers questions is what turns a visitor into a lead.
So, I'll leave you with this one question to really think about. Go and look at your own website right now with fresh eyes. Is your service page truly acting as a powerful sales tool, guiding customers toward you? Or is it an unintentional roadblock filled with confusion that's quietly pushing them away? The answer could change your business.